Welcome everyone to Topville Racing League Summer or IndyCar Summer Lot Series. We are live here for the final race of the season here from lovely Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Set to go 90 laps here. Qualifying about to begin. Sorry I was a little bit late on getting started tonight, but qualifying is about to begin. And we already got a champion crowned. Crowned him last week. We're going to show him here in just a second. As soon as he gets ready to take the track, we'll be hopping over and showing him. We'll get all that details and stuff here in a minute. Right now, qualifying has begun here from Indianapolis. A very good place to race, very fun place to race. We'll hop over and watch one of our drivers going out on the track right now. You see open qualifying here tonight. 9 minutes here for qualifying. Chris Walker rolling out. Brandon Ryan also here as well. Not a ton of drivers here tonight. I thought we'd have a little bit more. Only 9 drivers. And it's possibility last season we could see these guys. It's the 4th annual that they've done the Summer Light. So this could be the last year we actually see the Summer Light Series. Hopefully not. But you never know. With the participation and stuff like that a little bit down where they want it to be. You just never know when it comes to stuff like that. Right now, watching Brandon Ryan, however, as he's going to come to the green flag here at the famous Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Rolling into turn number 1 and 2. There he goes, exiting turn 1, little short shoot down to turn number 2. We're going to see speeds of over 190 miles per hour. Here in the Formula Renault 3.5s, these guys run a different car in the Summer Light Series. Normally run on Wednesday nights. However, this week, running on Sunday in the Summer Light Series. They run the Indy cars on Wednesday nights. So if you are interested in joining the league, check it out. They got a ton of people that race that. One of the premier IndyCar racing leagues in all of our racing. So we do broadcast that here on ESBN. And it's still early in the season. I think we're only going into... what week are we going into? Week number 3, I believe. Brandon Ryan crosses the start-finish line. Ernie Ludwig out on track as well. Brandon Ryan does take the top of the board at the moment. Chris Walker qualifying in second for now. See, I thought I seen Chris with a little bit of draft. Maybe not. See how Ernie does as he works through turns 3 and 4. Watch him jump up. Scott Brinson here tonight out on track. Here comes the driver of the 63. Cross the start finish line. Looks to be the 49.089. Does beat it. 48.838. Of course, the second lap. Brandon Ryan now trying to beat that. He does not this lap. Ernie Ludwig beats it. Chris Walker stays the same. Scott Brinson out on track. A little bit of draft help right now from that number 00 car, Mark Walker, as they exit turn 4. Watch for Scott to have a really good lap here, as he is going to come to the start-finish line. Scott going to jump up most likely. No, stays in 7th right now. We'll stay on board with Scott because with that draft, it could be a really good lap for him this coming time. So we'll see what he does. $192 miles per hour. He's going to get off the gas a little bit there. Seen an incident like that happen this past week. The IndyCar Series, guy got the gearbox for the win. Great racing though last week at Michigan in the IndyCar League that runs on Wednesdays. See if Scott could jump up. Currently in 7th right now. There we have it. Not going to actually count this lap. May have had some kind of type of contact. Not sure what's going on. Chris Walker right now on top of the board, though. Mark Walker in 2nd place. currently here in tonight's qualifying session. Kevin O'Brien currently running in 5th place. There you see Scott Brinson did jump up, grabbing that pole position, 48.1, or 48.4, I apologize. So a good lap there, 0.2 faster right now. Still waiting on our championship leader to roll out. Captain Will Kirk in here tonight, running right now in 6th place. He was really fast in practice. Maybe just needing a little bit of draft help right now. See if Mark can jump up with that draft. Cross the yard of bricks. He does. Moves up to 2nd over Chris Walker. Arnie Ludwig crossing the start-finish line, still showing in the 5th position. Set to go 90 laps around Indianapolis. As we watch Chris Walker right now working through turns 1 and 2. Right now, still waiting on a couple other guys to go out on track. William Hull is out on track. Here comes Chris Walker. See if he can jump up. Right now running in P number 3. Looking to be a 48.1. Does actually... No, I apologize. He does not improve his lap. That was his best lap. I apologize. But Brandon Ryan jumps up to 3rd with that lap right here in front of Mr. 23 self, Chris Walker. Here we go. Now we can talk about him. Rick Ravon out on track. He is your 2019 Summer Lights champion. I forgot to put his name in wrong. There we go. And he is out on track. Watch for him here tonight. Going to be one of the favorites coming in here. Quite a bit of wins this season. He comes in here only with tonight winning the last, 6 out of 7 races. He has won 4 in a row. Only other driver to win a race this year was Brandon Ryan back at Milwaukee. Right now, Rick's going to have his trouble cut out for him. He does got a little bit of trouble, and there's a big wreck. Looks like Scott Brinson was involved in that one. You see him flipping here in qualifying, so we'll see how this plays a factor here up in the qualifying session. These guys only got 40 seconds left, so we'll see if Raybar can jump up. He don't have a lot of time left. I'm going to be honest, if I'm these guys, if I'm in like 2nd or 3rd, I may just slow down. I don't want Rick to get my draft. But he's going to have it. You see him right now working on the outside. That yellow pencil car. Big IndyCar fan. Big Indianapolis Motor Speedway fan. So he would love to do nothing more than win here. Across the start finish line. Rick Ravon is going to jump up. What else is new? To the pole position. 47.991 for the reigning champion here in the IndyCar Lot Summer Series Championship thing. Sorry, I apologize. Qualifying is over. These guys do get time to finish this lap. Most of them do anyway. Kevin O'Brien trying to jump up. Currently running in 6th place right now. You never know. One of these guys may be able to take this lead away for Ravon as we work down into turn number 4 and exit here to the straightaway. And Kevin O'Brien going to be the only one to put down a lap, looking to beat a 48.515. He does beat his lap. Good move up for him. Moves him up to 3rd. Great pickup for Kevin. And I think that actually will end qualifying. I know you see William Hull here out. Ernie Ludwig may have moved up. Let's see. He does not. So, yes, that will end qualifying here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. I know you see a couple cars, their lap's not going to officially count for nothing. So Rick Ravon going to pick up the pole award here tonight in the 4th annual Top Fuel Racing IndyCar Summer Lights Championship race. We're going to try to talk to our champion and see if we can grab him here in just a second. I got to fix something, guys. I apologize for that. We'll wait and see real fast. Let's get a look at your starting grid up here tonight. There you go. Number 1 and 2. Row number 2. We got Kevin O'Brien. Good run for Kevin on that qualifying. Mark Walker. Brandon Ryan. Another very fast guy. Starting side by side is Chris Walker. Row number 4, Captain Kirk. And Ernie Ludwig. And row number 5, William Hull and Johnny Antonucci. So as we get set to go, you see the cars starting to grid up here just a little bit. Here at Indianapolis. There's a little high above. Still waiting on most of the cars to still grid up. Waiting on our pole sitter. Once we get him to grid, we will drag him and talk to him here in just 1 second. I mentioned Rick Ravon, winner of 6 out of 7 races so far, and what bigger win would it be to tap off his championship with a win here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Set to go 90 laps around this place. As all the cars are still gridding up. We do got 10 drivers here for the final race of the season. Not really new, to be honest, but you know, we'll see how it plays out here tonight. The grid has started. And that's going to allow us to talk to our pole sitter and the 2019 Indy Lights champion, Mr. Rick Ravon. You got a copy?
I read you loud and clear.
Man, well, you're on the pole here tonight for Indianapolis, one of the biggest races. We know Indianapolis means a lot to you personally. We know it's one of your favorite tracks. You are the Indy Lights champion, so now let's just go out here and try to tack off an amazing season. Talk us through this.
Well, it's all gravy. You know, it was gravy last week, I guess, because I just needed to start the race. But obviously, this is Indianapolis. Everybody wants to win Indianapolis. I've won here before. I'd love to win again. It'd be great to cap the season with 7 out of 8 wins. Yeah. I mean, that would just be phenomenal. But, you know, got a tough field of drivers behind me that are looking to do just that. And this is going to be like a plate race at Indianapolis. And they're going to be stuck together like glue until the green flag pit stops. Then we might separate a little bit. But the draft isn't as effective as, you know, once you get back about 5 or 6 tenths of a second, you start to actually really lose the draft. So I think that we're going to be stuck together like glue, and I just hope that everybody minds their P's and Q's and tries to race as safely as possible. I want to say hello to Mark Walzak. What's up, Mark? Thanks for watching, man. Thanks for tuning in and cheering me on, brother.
I know you ain't having the greatest of nights tonight, Rick. Go out there and see if you can cap it off with the big win, maybe turn your night around.
Thank you very
Thanks
much,
a lot,
my friend.
buddy. There is your 2019 Summer Lights champion, Rick Rabon, about to take the green flag. Winner out of 6 out of 7 races so far this season. Remember, these guys normally run on Wednesday nights, but this is the summer series that they put on just throughout the summer. It was part on Wednesdays, and they pushed it back on Sundays once the regular season started for the Top Fuel Racing League. So here comes the Porsche pace car. It is about to drop in. We're about to go green flag here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway in the Formula 3.5. Pace car is in. Green flag out of the air here live from Indianapolis. You're watching Top Fuel Racing 4th anniversary Indianapolis Summer Light Series Championship race. And there you have it, Mr. Rick Rabon going to drive down into turn number 1. He is going to be leading the field. Right behind him, we got a battle for second. It is Scott Brinson trying to hold back the third place car of Kevin O'Brien. Kevin going to get underneath. He's going to take that spot away. Good move there for Kevin. Already pushing really hard. Good to see Kevin showed a little bit of aggressiveness here early in this one. It's something we haven't really seen out of him a lot. You see Rick up front trying to break the draft, trying to work both lanes, trying to basically keep them inside and outside. He likes watching the battle behind him. Meanwhile, third place going to see 3 wide. Scott Brinson, Brandon Ryan, Chris Walker up on the outside in that blue car. Brandon Ryan with the preferred line over Scotty Brinson. And coming to the line, Rick Rabon going to lead the first lap here at Indianapolis across the yard of bricks. Meanwhile, Brandon Ryan, Kevin O'Brien battling for second. And it will be Brandon Ryan taking away second place. Everything clean and green so far here in Indianapolis. Remember, one wrong touch in these cars, you go flying through the air 500 feet because the physics are absolutely insane. But it's okay. Here comes the battle for second once again. These guys 2x2 behind Mr. Championship leader himself, championship driver, I guess we can say now. Rick Rabon, you're looking back, you see Brandon Ryan right there in that blue and red car. He does have the Scott Brinson or Rick Rabon draft. Watch him pull to the inside. Block put on. No, he's going to give him the room. Brandon Ryan looking to lead lap number 2 here at Indianapolis. Followed by third place Ernie Ludwig in at 63. Who's it going to be at the stripe? It is going to be Ernie Ludwig leading that lap by very close. Less than a tenth. Coming through turn number 2 now. Big trouble behind him. Caution flag's going to come out. It is Johnny Antonucci, William Hull, Captain Will Kirk involved. Johnny's going to scrape away with what he can. There you see the trouble. Let's see if we can see what happened. Maybe, oh, there was a little bit of contact. Johnny Antonucci actually gets into the back of that number 9 car of Will Kirk. And we're going to look a little bit better here. There you go. You can't get much closer than that. See if we can get one more look here. Maybe this view right here would help a little bit. There you go. Making contact. And that's something we talked about. You cannot do here in Indianapolis. And that's going to bring us to our first yellow. And one brutal thing about Indianapolis, the pace laps here take brutally forever. And that is one bad thing about racing here. I love the track personally, but it does take a while under yellow. So, William Hull on pit road. And there you see what's left of the number 59 car. These guys, I believe, do have one quick repair, but I believe he did have to tow back to pit lane. So, we'll have to wait and see. See if we can look at Johnny's car and see if we can see any damage on it. And you see the scrape on the left side there on the front wing and on the side. And William Holt is out of the race, and there's what's left of Will Kirk's car. The wing a little bit damaged as well. It kind of looks the same as our leader. I don't know what happened to Kevin O'Brien. He's actually dropped back a little bit, actually slow right now. I have to keep an eye on him. He's up here fighting for him position. Pace lights are still going to be on the pace car. I believe they may go off this time. We didn't have a driver a lap down. We may have some drivers coming down pit road. We'll see if the yellow flag is going to keep waving or not. As Ernie Ludwig going to lead now his third lap here in the 4th annual Indy Lights Summer Championship. Pace lights are still going to be on, so that's going to take us to our first break. Live from Indianapolis, you are watching the Top Fuel Racing League Indy Lights Series. Welcome back, Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We're about to go back green flag racing here after a caution comes out early and has retired one of our drivers. William Hall is out of tonight's race. We look at one of the drivers that was involved as well. Exiting pit road. Looks like, actually Mark Walker was not involved. Here's one of the drivers that was involved. Looks like he got his car all fixed up. Good to go. Johnny Iannucci also involved. Good to go. So we still remain with 9 drivers here on the lead lap. Indianapolis, and out front it has been Ernie Ludwig, and I'm wondering something about that. Rick Raymond got a really good start on the initial start of the race, the green flag of the race, and jumped out to a fairly seismic lead, and I'm wondering if that draft really did play a bigger factor than what we thought. He was able to basically slingshot around, and Ernie was able to grab the lead. Him and Brandon Ryan both had a really good run, so I'm wondering if that's playing a factor. We know the draft ain't too big in these cars like what we see in the IndyCar series. I think everybody kind of knows the idea of how that works. You could draft with the IndyCar for about a second back. So, and they suck up quick compared to these things. So, we'll say, anyway, pace car is about to work off turn number 3. I don't even know where I am on track. Turn number 4, sorry. And it is about to drop down pit road. And it does not take long once pace car drops in for the green flag to come out. There is the pace car dropping down. We are back to green flag racing once again here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Rayvon jumping down to that bottom line. Now moving back up top. Battle up front for the lead. Rayvon working the outside. Probably not going to be able to get it on the outside, I would expect, with Ernie having a momentum through turns 1 and 2. There you see Rayvon dropping down. Brandon Ryan still trying to hold back Chris Walker for third. Here comes Rayvon looking to take the lead. Going to bring along that number 60 or 82 car, Brandon Ryan. The red and blue car on that bottom side, followed by Scott Brinson now starting to make a move up through the field. Ludwig still working that high side. Who is that? Captain Will Kirk now looking to take away third place. Off the exit of turn 4, it looks like we could see Rick Rayvon with the lead change, and he will lead this lap as they cross the yard of bricks. Back down into turn number 1, Rick Rayvon, Brandon Ryan, Scott Brinson, your top 3 at the moment. Will Kirk still working that inside line right now in that orange car. Scott Brinson right now I don't want to say he's holding up the other Mark Walker car, but right now that outside line not really doing a great job. It's okay. Ooh, there's a little bit of contact. Still good at the moment. And almost making contact. Rayvon, Captain Kirk looks to the outside. Battle up front for position. Will Kirk able to lead that last lap. Here comes Rayvon looking back to the outside, followed by Brandon Ryan on the bottom side. Scott Brinson in that green and white car still battling with Chris Walker in that 23. Outside line trying to prevail. You see Rayvon close that door or get right on that bumper, trying to get a little bit of draft off the number 9 car. Across the line, it will be Will Kirk leading that lap as well. Still watching the top 5 right now. You see Scott Brinson sliding up. Here comes Chris Walker to the inside. Will Kirk now trying to take back that lead. These guys are basically swapping back and forth constantly right now. Working off turn 4. Brinson falling back just a little bit. Chris Walker looking to take the lead away from that 9 car. They work through turns number 3. He's going to drop back to the bottom side right in front of Rayvon. Now looking back to the outside, trying to utilize the draft just a little bit. Not going to be able to help him. Rayvon going to shut the door pretty quick. Drag race to the start finish line. Looks like it could be Kirk leading this lap as well. So basically he's going back and forth quite a bit. Great racing so far between these 9 drivers. Keeps working around as they exit turn number 1. Into turn 2, we see Will Kirk, Rick Rayvon, Chris Walker, Brandon Ryan, your top 4. Scott Brinson running off top 5. These guys all within 7/10 of the leader. All the way back to Johnny Antonucci. By the way, William Hull back in the race. 2 laps down at the moment. Scott Brinson now working that inside line, trying to pass Chris Walker. He does clear that blue car. Scott Brinson now with a big run, moving up to that middle groove. I think that 9 car may have found something here as Rick Rayvon is side by side with him, working through the first 2 turns. Chris Walker on that bottom side. Oh, both went to the same real estate. Luckily, Chris Walker went all the way out to the 3rd lane. It is 3 wide for the lead here at Indianapolis. That breaks it down to 2 as Rayvon checks out. And Will Kirk going to be able to get back up towards the front for now. Here comes Brinson. He took a peek to the outside. Not going to be able to use that 3rd lane, I don't think, especially on the corners. Across the start finish line, Rayvon able to take the lead away, able to lead that lap as well. That is now 3 laps led for the number 6 car. We work lap number 14. Looking back at the 9, here comes Brinson to the outside. They do got a lap car starting to show up here just a little bit. William Hull right in front of these guys, so that could play a factor. You see that purple car up there. He's trying to stay within 2 laps down. It's going to be tough to do right now with that draft. Where will that purple car go? He's going to drop to the bottom. William Hull takes the bottom lane away. These guys are going to have to maneuver around him. Almost making contact. This is going to space these guys out just a little bit. Everybody's still trying to figure out a way around him. You see William right now to the bottom side, but not really giving too much room there for some of these guys. And they do get around him. Back here for 2nd place. Scott Brinson trying to close the gap up to the leader. Working off turn 4. Brinson looking to take the lead using the outside line. He does got a nose out front. And Scott Brinson going to lead his first lap here tonight. Really come at you full speed through turn number 1 and 2. Rayvon able to grab the lead back on that low side. We'll see if Brinson could get another run back on that high side like he did. That's pretty interesting. We're seeing some of these guys working that high line getting the lead. Something I did not think we'd actually see. A lot more aggressiveness out of every one of these drivers right now because they want that final win. They want to win at Indianapolis. And Rayvon's been the man to beat this year. Across the line, it looks like Captain Kirk going to be able to take back the lead and lead his 6th lap of the race so far. Remember we talked about Rick Rayvon. Now his 63rd career start in here. He does have 19 wins on the season and 37 top 5s. Pretty impressive. Wins 30% of all the races he's in. That's not bad at all. Really good odds. front for lead. It's going to go all over the place. What's Captain going to do here? Will he look to the inside? He's going to stay right on the bumper across the line. Raybon able to take back the lead and lead his 5th lap of the night so far. I mentioned Rick Raybon. He comes in here so far with 699 laps led, over 700 laps led now, considering he's led 5, so he's at 704 laps led so far this season. Out of 1,065 laps, he's led 700. That's crazy. 7 wins, or 7 races, 6 wins, 4 poles. Make that 5 poles now at 8 starts. Can't get much better than that. Talk about Will Kirk as well. He's only made 1 start here this season, but he does have 1 top 5. Mark Walker, who's in here in the field, 4 starts this season, 3 top 5s for him. Right now, running back in 9th place, just kind of minding his own business right now. Coming up on 20 laps right here at the line, since these guys have filled up, or most of them anyway. Will Kirk has already been on and off pit road a couple times. Brinson now looking to the inside of the number 6 car. It's not going to be no dominating performance right now for Rick Raybon. Yes, Rick, I heard your live stream. I know I said you didn't dominate. And when I said you didn't dominate back at Circuit of Spa in the Top Fuel Racing League, I kind of messed that up. I meant it was a close race for the top spot the entire time, for the most part. Just the word dominated came out instead. Brinson going to go to the lead. Let's see if he can hold back the 6 who's got to run on the outside. It's going to be close at the line. Brinson able to lead that lap. 2 laps left for him. Ernie Ludwig working at 3rd lane or 3rd place right now. Working it inside. Here he comes, trying to take 2nd. Ooh, Captain Will Kirk got a little bit of the grass. How about that? We got Ludwig all the way down on the apron. Indianapolis, that's something we don't see a lot of. Keep in mind, there we go. Caution flag will come out. And it is a big wreck here. Brandon Ryan involved, Mark Walker, Chris Walker, Captain Will Kirk as well. Nope, both of them met at the same place. Chris went down, Captain Will Kirk went down, and that was the end of that one. Brandon Ryan gets into the back. There you go. 4-car pileup, and some much damage repaired there. There's what's left of Chris Walker's car. Luckily, we'll have that fast repair. Captain ain't got too much damage. Brandon Ryan's damage and Mark Walker's damage. You see him on pit road now. So Scott Brinson takes the lead here on lap number 22. Or keeps the lead here on lap number 22. Pit road is open. Great look at pit road as we're going to watch the race off pit road here in just a moment. As cars work past the start finish line. Every driver did come down. Going to take 4 fresh tires. Done it away. Driver's leaving now. Who is that? Ludwig wins race off pit road. Great pit stop for him. Rick Raybon second. Scott Brinson in third. Kevin O'Brien, Johnny Union to your top 5 here as we work. Caution here on lap number 23. Back here, Indianapolis Motor Speedway, about to start. Green flag once again. We've worked 2 cautions so far here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. One thing is, these guys get low on a little bit of quick repairs. So there was some optional repairs being taken place. Will Kirk spent 42 seconds on pit road. Mark Walker did go 1 lap down, spending 2 minutes on pit road. So some damage repairs being done, but they're all back out there. We're set to go back green flag. Being led now by Ernie Ludwig, who's led 7, about to be 8 laps, followed by Scott Brinson up on that outside. Rayvon going to be starting 3rd. Kevin O'Brien, pace car drops in, and we are back to green flag here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. As the flagmen wave, we work down into turn number 1. Rayvon able to clear that 2nd position. I'll be honest with you guys, I think starting on the outside in 2nd is the hardest position to start from. It's great to start in 2nd, but it's not that fun to restart there or start a race there. Wow, Ernie Ludwig actually dropped way back there. I'm not sure what happened. Does go from 1st, trying to work his way back up to 2nd. He was showing his 4th, but Brinson right now side by side with him. Wow, what a move there. He jumps up to the outside. He may have a chance to lead this lap after all. And Ernie Ludwig does lead that lap. Takes the lead away from Mr. 6-time this year. Get him in there. Smart move. See, that's one thing I've noticed about a lot of these guys in this league. And I know there was some controversy that happened this past week on Wednesday. I know Rayvon got wrecked, but I understand the reasoning behind it. I know he didn't mean to wreck him, by the way. I want to go ahead and get that out there. But these guys in this league have, most of them, I mean, there might be some guys here and there that come in, but most of the normal guys we see that run it week in and week out, they have such good sense of awareness. And that's one thing I've noticed that lacks a lot on iRacing. And I'm not taking shots by any means at anybody in here, so don't get that feel. But these guys have a ton of awareness. And I think that's what honestly makes a good league, man. A lot of guys just don't use their head. Like, if you see somebody with a run coming, give them the line. You know, you're only 27 laps in on a track that can easily switch back and forth. And, you know, that's exactly what Ernie did. He knows he don't want to wreck Rayvon, and he don't want to wreck himself. And, I mean, here he is back again, fighting for the lead. Actually may have the lead as we work down the back stretch. And there you have it. He does take the lead back over. So, I wish more guys would use common sense like these guys do, to be honest. I mean, yeah, you're going to have wrecks, but some wrecks can be definitely avoidable just by using your head a little bit. Chris Walker, though, going to take the lead. He's going to lead that lap. It's going to be his first lap lead here. Inside of 30 laps. We are on lap 28. 2 cautions so far here for this one. Not bad at all. Still 63 laps remaining here in this one. I'm thinking you can run around 30 or so laps before you have to pit under green. And we do expect that to happen at some point. For third, Ryan trying to take that away on the bottom side. Rayvon trying to lead his nice lap here around Indianapolis. That's not on board. Robert Brandon Ryan here running right now in third place on the inside of Ernie Ludwig. These cars handle a lot different than the Indy cars that these guys run on Wednesday night. You see the run. Brandon Ryan looking to go to the lead here down the backstretch. Great shot. What a move. Brandon Ryan able to take the lead. Don't know if he's able to clear him just yet. We're going to stay on board. We're not going to jump away, as we can tell. We're going to give you guys that haven't tried iRacing an exact replica of what these guys see. Yes, they do have mirrors and you can see them. This right here, for the most part, is exactly what these guys see. Oh, there you go. Here's a little bit better view. See Rayvon able to keep that lead for the time being. This is a great shot, though. Chris Walker right up to his inside. See Walker there. right in front, right behind Rayvon, as Ryan trying to make that high side work. If you look behind, you see Scott Brinson there, Ernie Ludwig as well. And Brandon with another run back up on the outside. Not going to be able to get there for the lead, but trying to take second away. So far, so good. I'm going to be honest, it's hard to commentate when races are so close like this because it's better sometimes just to let it play out so you guys can understand it and see it. Right now what we're seeing, no line is really the preferred line, which is something a little bit interesting. I mean, I guess you could go ahead and say the bottom is the preferred, but we're seeing the high line actually work. If you're able to get the run on the guy in front of you, it really does slingshot you around the leader. But honestly, it's one of them races, man. It's pack racing, and that's one of the things that it can go anybody's way, but you gotta, it's more a chess match. You have to be in position in order to do that. This race is going to come down to the last few laps. Unless, the strategy is we do get spaced out, like Rayvon said, there's a chance we could get spaced out if we have a green flag pit stops. And if that's the case, it's going to make things very interesting on what you got to do later in this race. But the thing is, it's going to be close right now. There's a chance one more pit stop could make it to the end. I mean, it's pretty close. I mean, I don't know exactly how far these guys can go on field mileage. So it's going to be very interesting to watch. Rayvon does lead the 12th lap here. Here they come to the start-finish line. Rayvon able to lead that lap again. Back down in turn one, we're seeing basically what we've seen so far. Guys getting runs, and then they kind of have to check out of them now. I've noticed after a few laps on that higher side, they was really coming pretty fast, and he was able to clear the leader. Now we're starting to see it calm down just a little bit as far as what we've seen. Off turn 2 down the backstretch. It's still Rayvon out front now with 15 laps. Here comes that outside line. But once again, we're seeing it kind of stall out. And a lot of that probably due with the draft package that these guys have here tonight. But we're able to see Captain Kirk right now able to actually take away second if he chooses to drop in line. Not going to be able to drop in now. These guys still 2 by 2, 4 rows deep. Off turn 4. Rayvon to see it battle for second. Chris Walker now on that bottom side, battling that number 9 car. He drops back in line. Scott Brinson's been the one that's really been focused on the outside a long time. He's been running up her quite a bit. He may drop down here. Looks like he's going to maybe try to get a run. We'll see if he pulls back up. There he goes. That's what we've seen him do a couple times here tonight. Start, finish line. Mr. Rayvon is going to lead that lap. I'm wondering, we're probably still 14 or so laps away. Maybe a little bit more from pitting. Should be very interesting. Now here we go. Let's see if Wilkirk can get down in front of Rayvon. See, second lane always stalls out when they get that run. It's very interesting. It's got to be because of draft packaging. They're just not slingshotting around like they was earlier. And I think it's where these tires have got a little bit wear on them. We've been green now for 17 or 18 laps on these tires. So I'm wondering if that could have an issue. If Rayvon was to pull up, I feel like that outside lane would really have a big run. And then maybe we'd be able to get around. But we're going to have to see somebody actually pull out a line in order to do that. You see Brinson still working at high side. He actually just took away fourth from Brandon Ryan, working his way up, trying to take away third now. Basically, he's been up there quite a bit tonight. Him and, who is that? Can't tell if that's Johnny there. It looks like it. No, who is that? That's Mark Walker. I apologize. Scott actually able to work up to third place using an outside line, so good job, good move for him. 42 laps into this one. Only 2 caution flags have laid so far. It's been a while since we had that one. Knock on wood. 19 laps since we've been back green flag. Actually, I take it back. 18 laps since we've been back green flag. Brinson able to use that high line. See, this is what I'm interested in. We'll see if he's able to clear him. I just don't see it happening, though. But you see Brinson making a move up. He actually does take away second. It's going to be close at the line. Not going to be able to get there just yet. Brinson doing a really good job, though, by himself. I don't want to say by himself. He does got people behind him, but he's been the one committed 100% to that middle line, where everybody else has been firmly planted pretty much to that bottom side if they can get there. And definitely the bottom's still preferred, but got to give Brinson credit for trying it. See Chris Walker now looking to take the lead. It's going to be tough. He did get a run. He might be able to clear Rayvon going down into 3. Not going to be able to clear him. Rayvon probably, see Brinson there dropping in, probably going to be able to take second away. I just don't see that high line right there working in turn 4 right now. And it's not going to, as Rayvon going to come across the start-finish line, leading this lap by about a car length over second place Chris Walker. Scott Brinson right now in third, battling for second. There's your look above. Everybody kind of getting through the file. Brinson looking back to the third lane now. 3 wide up front for the lead. Chris Walker caught in the middle. And it is Rick Rayvon on the bottom. Who's going to take the lead? Rayvon backs out of that. So there we go. Lead change after Rayvon leading 22 laps here tonight. We're going to have a new leader for the first time since the green flag has came back out. And it looks like it's going to be the 23 car as he works down to the line of bricks. And there you go. New leader Chris Walker will lead lap number 3 here for him tonight. I think these guys are going to have to make it to lap 54. Let me think about that for a minute. Hold on. I take that back. Yeah, around lap 54, they can make it to the end. But I don't know if they can make that far. Maybe a little bit more. Maybe 55. I was trying to do the field mileage in my head. Chris Walker still able to stay out front. See, this is right here is what we've seen Rayvon do. If you guard that bottom line, it's going to be tough to pass. Rayvon trying to set it up right now, using that draft off turn number 2. This right here may be your best chance. If you see what Rayvon just did, he's the only one that's able to do it at will. You got to back that corner up just a little bit through the turns and then slingshot to the outside and get beside him at the exit of the turn. Very tight racing up here for second, or for the top spot right now, with Brandon Ryan putting some pressure on. Pit stops underway. And this is something we did expect. So these guys definitely not going to be able to make it to the end. 4 drivers coming down. Rick Rayvon, Scott Brinson, William Curtis, Johnny Antonucci. And there you go. So it's going to be interesting when these guys come out compared to these guys back here who just exited pit road. Bring around. So will these guys stack back up? That's going to be the big question. I think we're going to have some guys stacked up, some guys not. Brandon Ryan trying to keep the lead over Chris Walker and Rick Rayvon, and there you have it. There's a gap from what we've seen. Interesting if Scott Brinson will have that draft for Chris Walker. I don't think he's got it. So these 3 guys are kind of breaking away. But really, the more they fight, the better for Brinson and all these guys. They try to close that gap. These 3 guys right here would get single file. They might be able to pull away, and it would actually help them maybe break this battle down with just them 3 here come towards the end. We are over halfway already. So let's take a look at our race summary so far. Only 2 cautions, 49 laps complete, 41 still remain. 17 lead changes here at Indianapolis, and we might see a 18th right here as Chris Walker trying to set up a pass here on Rick Rayvon. As we will step aside. If anything breaks out, we'll cut right back in.
green flag. Everybody.
Gonna be a wreck behind you, gonna be a wreck behind you.
So I don't know what to do.
Somebody put oil down. We're hurting the fence.
Are they flagging it? Flag, white flag. Clear. Man, this is it. Check a flag.
Welcome back, Top Fuel Racing, and we're seeing a battle of the top three right now. Rick Raybon, Chris Ryan, and Brandon Ryan. Chris Walker and Brandon Ryan. Remember, Brandon Ryan, winner back at Milwaukee. Every other race has been to Rick Raybon. We have spaced out from Scott Brinson, Will Kirk, Kevin O'Brien, and Johnny Annucci, all back here battling for position as well. But a few laps ago, I noticed that they was 1.3 seconds back, or 4 seconds back from these three. Now all of a sudden, they are over 2.5 seconds behind third place, behind our leader. 2.5 seconds, actually almost 3 to our leader, and 2.7 to third, Brandon Ryan. Another thing I want to mention is right here, Ernie Lugwood, the driver of the 63, who has led a lot of laps tonight, is in 8th. Remember, we only started with 10 drivers tonight. Ernie led quite a few laps. He was a very good car early and had troubles on pit road. And one thing about Indianapolis, you cannot have the troubles on pit road. Also, another thing to mention, we are 3 laps away from you being able to pit and being able to make it. So these guys pretty much now in the fuel window. If they choose to pit, they can do that. So it's very interesting on when you want to pit. You don't want to pit by yourself from what I'm seeing. As you see Brandon Ryan here going to the lead, he does want to have to deal with this lap car here of Ernie Ludwig. don't really want to say lap car because luckily he's been super fast tonight, but he is still holding his own. But Brandon Ryan is looking to lead his lap across the start-finish line, and that will go to the number 82, and that will be his number 2 lap lead here on the evening here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. The final race of the season here for the Indy Lights Championship, or Indy Lights Summer Series. Keep in mind these guys do race on Wednesday nights throughout the season in the IndyCar Series. This is just a summer series. That's why we don't have as many drivers in here as we do through all the other races. So Wednesday nights, if you're interested for an IndyCar league, check it out. They run the new Dallara cars. Great races they put on. We had a thriller back at Michigan this past week with some controversy that was involved. But it was Rick Ravon getting wrecked late in that race and did not win it. But it was a great race nonetheless. That was a thrilling finish. And it was very fun to watch that race unfold as it went on. Out of turn 2. Oh yeah, I guess it might actually help if I let you all know who actually won that race. I do apologize. Talking about the Wednesday night series that I was just mentioning, it was Mike Brandy picking up the win at Michigan International Speedway. Next week, these guys will go from Michigan to Gateway this coming Wednesday. So that's going to be a fun one. Schedule for the remaining races this week, guys. Tonight is our final race of the week. Tomorrow night, it gets exciting once again. Paskey's Cup Series. Oh, there goes Chris Walker around. As Rick Ravon taps him, around he goes. Caution flag, and that's going to tighten this group back up. No, it was Brandon Ryan actually making contact. Let's see. No, that was not Brandon Ryan. That was Ernie Ludwig. I apologize. Oh, a lap car. Now, see, that could cause some interesting controversy. And let's see what happened here. I do not blame Ernie for that. I think Chris Walker just came down a little too early. And Chris got his gearbox. Ernie got his gearbox. Kind of what we seen not too long ago. This past Wednesday. The same identical thing with Mike Grandy and Rick Ravon. So that's going to make things very interesting. Hey guys, sorry I ain't been talking. I've been kind of looking at some stuff. Hello, Sarah. I don't see you there. I've been kind of minding my own business, not really reading chat tonight. I do apologize. Usually I'm very vocal. I haven't been feeling that great today, but so the pace car lights are on, and we're going to take our final break, guys, because let's just be honest, commercials here are brutal, or around caution is brutal.
the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back to Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We're set to go back green flag here from Indianapolis. Gonna be a wild one. We're gonna have just a short little shootout here. A little over 25 laps remain. It has been the Rick Ravon show right now, but Brandon Ryan has second thoughts about letting Mr. Ravon win his 7 out of 8 races this year, so it's gonna be fun. I mentioned our schedule for this upcoming week. Monday night, we do have the Paskey's Racing League Truck Series. Tuesday night, or I apologize, Wednesday night, we got the Top Fuel Racing League. Thursday, we do not have nothing. Friday, we are back here for the Paskey's Cup Series and the iRacing East Series. We just had a great race at Sonoma with you guys. Saturday, back with the Wild Horse Racing League, and of course, the NASCAR Race League that night. And then Sunday, SRA will be back here on ESBN. So my races will actually be cut short a little bit. I do have a new broadcast picking up here in September on Tuesday nights. Be running the late model series. This will be fun. Have more information on that here soon. So the pace car is in. Everybody, we got 8 cars still in this race. Chris Walker, unfortunately, is out. Green flag back out in the air. Let's see if old Johnny Antonucci can get up there and lead this race. Brandon Ryan all on the back bumper right now. Rayvon, I wonder if he learned anything from Rayvon watching him pass. Remember, he did a lot of his passes coming out of turn 2 by backing off the corner a little bit and then getting the run. It looks like he did set it up, so we'll see if he pulls to the outside. Not going to pull out there right now, but Will Kirk is. He's going to set up. He's going to try to go to the lead, followed by Johnny Antonucci, followed by Mark Walker. Will Kirk trying to be the spoiler of bad news for Rick Rayvon. Rick able to win the championship already this season. He clinched that last week, trying to come in here and win 7 out of 8 races on the season for the Summer Light Series. That's the line. Who's it going to be? Will Kirk cross start finish line. He's going to lead that lap. Unable to clear Rayvon just yet. Remember, nobody's been able to really clear it unless we've seen Rayvon clear them. But you've got to get the run. You've got to be off the bumper a little bit and get the draft. There's not a lot of room right there for second. Johnny Antonucci giving it everything he's got right now. Trying to take this lead away. Does get past. Falls back to third. Here comes Brandon Ryan up on the outside as well. Captain Will Kirk made a great move right there. He is able to clear Rayvon. Down to the bottom line he goes. Johnny Antonucci may be setting himself up in a good spot. If he can get down to the bottom, he's not going to be able to get down. I feel like you have to be on the bumper. That's going to allow Brandon Ryan to squeeze up underneath and grab third away. Great move there for Brian. Or Brandon, apologize. Johnny Antonucci battling back though. For that third position. You got to utilize that draft. Mark Walker may see it as well. He's going to look to take fourth away. Here they come to the line. Who's it going to be? Once again, Will Kirk able to lead that lap. 9 laps led for him with that number 9 car. Rick Rayvon, Brandon Ryan, Johnny Antonucci, and Mark Walker in your top 5 at the moment. Johnny the only one on the outside. Trying to hold on to fourth. Here comes Rayvon. Rayvon set that pass up exactly what we've seen him do. I've noticed that. That's something we're going to have to talk to him about if he's able to hold on. Brandon Ryan with a strong run on the outside. Let's see. He's going to have a little bit of draft help here. Brandon looking to try to take this lead away. Drag race into the yard of bricks. Across the stripe, Rayvon able to take back the lead. That is another lead change here at Indianapolis. Side by side, almost touching wheels down into turn 1. So you're not going to be able to get, you're going to have to get on his bumper, and you're going to have to wait to the exit of turn 2 or turn 4 to make the pass. You're not going to be able to make the pass right now if you're getting beside him too late. You've got to use that draft to get help. This is basically slingshots you around him. So you can get up beside him like this, but you're not going to be able to complete the pass unless you have some draft help. He did get a little slingshot there when Rayvon pulled up. I don't think it's going to be enough. Across the line, it's close. Rayvon, that was close. Brandon Ryan, oh man, that was really close. It does go to Rayvon. That was less than 100,000th of a second. See, right there's where Brandon needs to be. Right there where Will Kirk's at, and then that's where you pull up out of line as soon as you exit turn 2. You've got to get the run and slingshot up. Right now, Will Kirk, Rayvon's doing a great job. He's blocking both lanes, keeping them side by side. It's a great maneuver by the 6 car and great strategy by him. He knows. And see right here, Captain went out too early. Right here's where Brandon needs to pull up out of line or underneath. That's a great move right there. Brandon Ryan trying to take the lead. He does take it. Great move there by the 82. 20 laps to go. But see, watch Rayvon. He's going to fall in behind. You see how he's going wide. This is going to allow him to get that draft. Right there, he's in the draft. Now, if Will Kirk can get beside him, it's going to help Brandon. Rick may not be able to get there this time. Yeah, it looks like he's a little bit too far back right now. He's going to slingshot back to the inside. Wow, with that draft, Brandon gave up the bottom line. Kind of surprising there, to be honest. So it's interesting because, guys, we're going to be very close on field mileage. I'm talking laps close, like just single-digit close. We're showing 20 laps to go, coming to 19. And it's interesting because these guys have already been out there for 10. We haven't seen them go no more than 30. At the moment, I think the guys that could be in the best position right now is Ernie Ludwig and Scott Brinson. Both have less gas mileage, and Kevin O'Brien. I think these guys may need a caution in order to make it, to be honest. I think a lot of them are going to need it. If we stay green, that is. And the more you stay out front, the more gas you're using. So, yeah, if I'm Scott Brinson, I'm just riding around. Or Ernie Ludwig, I'm riding around. I'm not even going full throttle. They can't make it. There's no way they can make it to the end. Rayvon able to still lead right now. Remember, we're very close on field mileage. As we come across the start-finish line, we're going to see 17 laps to go, and we have yet to go that far on a full tank. I mean, we're talking. There's no way Rick can make it. There's no way Captain can make it. Brandon can't make it. Johnny Antonucci can't make it. The three guys I think that can make it is sitting in is the 63 of Ernie Ludwig. And if I'm them, I'm dropping back. Like, you have nothing to lose. Just drop back. Don't get up there and cause an incident, because these guys are going to have to hit pit road. So, like, I like Scott Brinson's idea. He's just back there saving gas. I'm not a big fan of what Ernie's doing right now. I understand you want to be out front and want to lead the race, and maybe he don't know if Rick can make it. But there's no way. I mean, I don't see that happening. Like, we see Brandon riding right now. He may be just riding in third, trying to save that fuel mileage or trying to save that gas. Same as Captain Kirk. Rayvon's the worst one right now because he's out front. He's getting no draft or no pull. But you don't want to have an incident happen and cost yourself, a chance to win this race when it could come down to the fuel mileage. Coming to 15 to go. Next time by. And off turn 4, Rick Rayvon going to try to lead this lap. And he will. That's going to be the most laps led for anybody tonight, by the way. So 38 laps led. Nothing definitely new. He was super fast in practice. See Scott Brinson, he's still just riding around, and I like the strategy that he's doing. Him and Kevin O'Brien. Mark Walker's really close, but I like these back three, the 6th, 7th, and 8th. I mean, Ernie Ludwig's not in a bad spot by any means, but up front like that he is. He's not getting any draft at all. I think really he needs to be behind somebody. I wouldn't be personally up there racing him. That's just my opinion. We'll know more information here around lap 80, 100%. But like I said, I'm like 80% sure that a lot of these guys can't make it. The person that really worries me is the Rayvon, because where he's been out front for this many laps on this run, he's not saving any gas whatsoever. And I mean, I'm sure he knows. I don't have to say nothing. I'm sure he's 100% aware of if he can or can't make it. He probably knows better than me right now. So what I'm seeing is he's going to have to go 29 laps, and we haven't seen that done at all tonight. I think the most we've seen was 27. But you never know. Here he comes out of turn number 4 once again through turn 3 and 4, or through turn 4. And this is going to be his 42nd lap led. And there we have it. One guard coming down pit road. That's Kevin O'Brien. And he is on the same strategy as these top guys right now. Rayvon. Ludwig's look to the outside. Remember, Ludwig has 2 laps fresher or more gas than Rayvon. So he can push just a little bit harder. Kevin O'Brien is on pit road in that 184 car. I thought he would be able to go a little bit longer, but he was not. Field mileage races can go in anybody's favor. That's the thing. These field mileage races is basically a crapshoot. And like, you know, we're going to see some other guys pull off, I'm sure, here within the next few laps after they realize, you know, they can't make it. One thing is you don't want to have this race end in a caution. You just don't. So really, you know, that's why I'm super surprised to see Ernie pushing like he is. Maybe he thinks it could. Maybe he wants to lead. But I don't know. And I mean, it's still close for them guys too, though. Ernie Ludwig and Scott Brinson, it's still very close for them. Like, they're going to be, and maybe not even make it. I don't know if we can tell if Scott's saving or not. Like, riding right there in that draft is really helping him. Plus, he can let off some. Ooh, some of the rumble strip there going into 1. You actually got a run here on Ammunition. Johnny's going to put the block on. And there you see Ernie Ludwig was able to take the lead. Dropping the rim below the apron, keep guarding the inside. He's not going to be able to get around you using the outside, not unless he sets it up like we've seen. He's going to get close, but I don't see him being able to get around you. And yeah, there you see it. Ernie able to use that low line and defend that. And there we go. Oh, I thought he was coming down pit road. And see, right there, he made the mistake. I thought he just gave up the inside. He did not. From the camera view, it looks like he did. Don't worry if he gets your draft on the straightaway. It's okay. I think you're going to be able to hold it. Right here is where you got to be worried about Rayvon. He's setting up his pass perfect out of turn 2. And you see where he's going high. And look at the gap close. Right here, he's going to pull out to the outside. or inside. Either way, he's going to be able to take the lead. And we've seen him do that a couple times tonight. He's the only driver I think that's really knows how to pass right there. I don't know if it's just something he's seen in the past or maybe found it while he was racing. I don't really know how he's worked that out. But we noticed a lot of guys not being able to do that. Across the start-finish line. Rayvon is able to barely lead that lap. See, right here's where Ernie needs to get back behind him right here and then space out at the exit. See, he went too high. You're not going to be able to pass like that. You're going to have to utilize the draft in order to get around him. You'll get beside him, but you're not going to be able to clear him. Back down in turn 3. We're coming to 6 laps to go at the line. And maybe that's what Ernie's doing. Maybe he wants Scott, or maybe he wants Rick to use that gas up. I mean, that's, that is strategy. That's definitely a possibility. Brandon Ryan looking to take second away from Ludwig. He's going to be able to do that. Now, one thing that does hurt Ernie is the more he runs that higher line, the more gas he's burning out. So, definitely need to stay in that draft if you can. And Scott Brinson back there, he's going to have to start maybe thinking about putting himself in a little bit better position as well. Maybe try to get around Antonucci to try to close the gap up a little bit here on Ludwig if it does come down to that field mileage race. But you can see a lot of cars drafted now, maybe realizing it. 5 laps to go. And right now we are in the field window for most of these guys. Question is going to be, when will we see the 6 car come down pit road? Or the 82? Well, I mean, how's it going to play out? If all these guys do have to pit, you have to have a clean exit off pit road. Do you take tires? Do you do splash only? We haven't seen a huge fall off in tires, but there is fall off. But, I mean, it's one of them things, man. You got to really be, it's more of a gamble than anything. You see Brinson now looking on the outside of Antonucci, not able to do it just yet. Four laps to go at the line, or 3 laps to go at the line, I apologize. Once again, here comes Brandon Ryan. I said before, you're going to have to set that up on the exit. A lot of guys are not having great setting up. Now, Brandon does get a good draft to the inside. And Rayvon kind of gave up the bottom. And that's going to allow Brandon Ryan. I wonder if Rayvon may be dropping back to try to save some. Nah, he's not saving that. Will Rayvon come down pit road? He is. Leader Rick Rayvon on pit road. The 2019 champion has hit pit road, so now it's going to go to everybody else. We know everybody else is going to have to pit. Besides Ernie Ludwig, Scott Brinson, it's coming down where them guys will not have to hit pit road. Mark Walker's right on the edge. He's going to be very close. Now, we'll let you know about Scott Brinson. Will he take 4 tires and gas? He only took fuel, and he did not take tires. So he is down and away. I got to be kind of careful saying that because you never know who's listening, but only took gas. So Brandon Ryan's probably going to be hitting pit road. Here he comes. So Ernie Ludwig, Scott Brinson now battling out front for the lead. These guys we think can make it. Captain Will Kirk, who's back in third, he's not going to be able to make it. I'm just going to be honest. He may try, but I don't see that happening. Mark Walker there as well. He's going to be close. And Johnny Antonucci, who we don't think can make it as well. We know the 2 top guys can. That's first and second right now. How's it going to play out? Off turn number 4. We're going to have some guys try it. This is interesting. Will they be able to make it? Remember, Rayvon stayed out longer than the rest of these guys out in front. So it's very interesting because he did not draft a long time and did not save enough gas. But does these guys behind him have enough gas mileage? Scott Brinson now looking to try to set up a pass. Remember, we haven't been able to see it. He's looking to the inside. He's going to try to go to the lead. Brinson trying to break the winless streak here at Indianapolis. He hasn't won in a long time. Trying to go to the point on Ernie Ludwig. He takes the lead. Ludwig's out of gas. Scott Brinson working through turns 3 and 4. He may be out of gas. Captain Will Kirk out of fuel mileage. Or out of gas. Here we come to the stripe. Mark Walker, Johnny Annucci, Scott Brinson at the line. Scott Brinson will win to Indianapolis. What a race. What a race. Scott Brinson, Mark Walker, Johnny Annucci, top 3. How about that? Wow. What a race for Scott Brinson. Only 5 laps led. We knew it was close. 100% knew it was really close. Ernie Ludwig on pit road does cross in 5th place. Scott Brinson's first win in forever. Keep in mind, Rick Rayvon is your champion. We've talked to him last week and we talked to him tonight already. But here's your winner, and I bet he's out of gas. I just don't see how that's possible. We got to bring him in. Scott Brinson, you got me?
Yes, sir, Adam. Yes, sir.
Well, all right. So I want to break this down as best as I can because I mentioned it. I seen on my live comment that you actually pitted later than everybody else. We knew that it was going to come down to who had gas or fuel mileage if we stayed green. We noticed you laying back a lot saving fuel mileage, and I mentioned it. I said Scott Brinson is going to be the one that possibly could make it. Now, you waited. Talk us through that entire strategy, man. This is your first race win in a long time.
Yes, sir. First race win in Top Fuel Racing since January 9th, I think it was. Feels good to finally end the streak. Ironically, I got all set up because I had to go to the bathroom, and I figured if I dropped to the back, I wasn't going to lose that many spots. So I just went to the bathroom real quick, came back, and then when we came back around, I saw we were going to have 26 to go. I knew that if you took it easy on the hammer, you could definitely get 25, possibly 26. So I went in and topped it off with Ernie. And I knew Ernie was up there leading laps and being out front. So I knew he was burning a lot more fuel, whereas I was just running 60, 70% throttle during that whole last run, just hoping we stayed green.
Yeah, and I mentioned that. I said, I don't think Ernie's going to have enough. Even though y'all went the same amount of laps, I noticed he was out front, which kind of surprised me. I was like, why is he really pushing this hard? Because, you know, you burn more fuel mileage or use more gas up. But, man, you come in here, and not only did you win, first win since January, you win at Indianapolis. That's got to mean a lot.
Let me tell you what, I can literally count how many times I've won here, and this might be number 3 at the most in the entire time I've been on iRacing. It's the second for sure, but it might be the third. So for me to win here, and definitely win in a pack race and to win the way I did, I don't know. I guess all the stars finally aligned for me.
Man, you wanted it bad. We talked about it a couple weeks ago, and you said that you felt like you was close, and you was able to come here in one of the biggest races. I mean, it's the championship race, which champion was already crowned with Rick Rayvon, but that's got to give you a lot of momentum, man. You know, knowing that Indianapolis for the Top Fuel IndyCar Series race comes up in September, that's got to give you a little bit of momentum, even though this is a different car.
Yeah, it does. Honestly, just with everything that's been going on with my personal life and with everything with the league and everything else that's been going on, I just needed to pick me up in a real bad way. And this will feel pretty good, but this doesn't have anything to do with the IR18 series.
Right.
It wasn't that my confidence had wavered so much. I had just needed to stop making so many mistakes and allowing little things to get to me. I've started, like I mentioned last week, racing in the fixed series some more. I'm actually do some again tonight. It's knocked off a lot of that rust and a lot of that, just the mistakes that I've been making because I haven't been racing enough. Because a lot of these other guys, Rick and a lot of these other guys, they go running all these different leagues, and I don't. This is the only league I run in. So.
Well, man, I'm very proud because that was an awesome. You know, at first when I first came on the air, I was like, I don't know how this race is going to play out. You know, we didn't have the most people, but once the race started winding down, you kind of seen the field mileage really come into play, and it really started getting exciting there after we started seeing green flag pit stops. So, man, congratulations on a big win. We know you tried hard and you finally got it. Any shout-outs and all that good stuff you want to give?
Yeah, man, I just want to thank the guys that showed up tonight. For whatever reason, this light series in the past, and definitely this season when we moved it to Sundays, it's just been hard to get participation.
Right.
Whenever we've run it on Wednesdays, it's been a lot better. But when we moved to the weekends, it's tough to get people here. So I appreciate the guys that showed up here. We were able to get at least double digits, and we had a pretty good race. Usually these races like this, they can maybe add up with cautions and turn into terrible races, but this one wasn't. I don't know how many cautions we had, but it wasn't very many. And, it didn't feel like very many. It was good wheel-to-wheel hard racing, people taking chances, putting their nose in there, everybody giving room, having fun. It was good stuff tonight, man. So I just want to thank all the drivers. Adam, of course, I want to thank you. I want to thank ESBN. I want to thank Sam. I want to thank Tony. I want to thank my mom. I thank my girlfriend, her kids, and everybody else. All the fans and everybody, appreciate you guys supporting Top Fuel Racing. We'll see you on Wednesday night
Good job,
at Gateway. The winless streak is over. Thank God.
Good job, buddy.
And I'm not a religious man, but
Hey,
damn it, it's about
You
time.
got to give it out somewhere. Good job.
Gracias.
Next up, we're going to bring in Mark Walker. I still want to bring in Rick Ravon, who finished in, or is your champion. But I got to bring in Mark Walker, who finishes in second tonight. Hey, Mark, you got me?
Yes, I do.
Man, second place tonight. Not bad. And you was actually pretty close on field as well. Everybody actually in the top three, very close. And honestly, you kind of laid back most of the night, but you got up there and finished second place. Not too bad.
Yeah, but on that last caution, I saw those guys going and top off, and I thought, man, we got plenty of fuel. And then about 10 laps in, I go, oh, we don't have plenty of fuel. So I started saving, and I sputtered right at the end, so I didn't have a shot at catching Scott because he had fuel all the way to the finish line. I did not. I lost it on the front stretch. But, I'm glad it was cool to get second after being a lap down.
Yeah, man, exactly. And that was one thing. You got involved in that wreck a little bit earlier on, but you come back, finish second. And that's going to mean a lot, man. Indianapolis, I know that this is a lot of I kind of want to ask you the same question I asked Scott. This has to help as far as confidence goes when you head over to the Top Fuel IndyCar Series on Wednesdays.
Yeah, it does. It was just a good time tonight. I was racing hard at the beginning, and we were all swapping and drafting and having a good time. And then toward that, once I went a lap down, it's like, well, hopefully a yellow flag come out, and it finally did, and got back on the lead lap and ended up second. So I'm happy.
Yeah, man, good job tonight. Any shout outs you want to give out? That was a fun race to watch there towards the end.
Yeah, it was a clean race, and we all did pretty well, I'd say. But thanks for the broadcast. It's cool, and thanks to Scott and everybody that puts the work in to make this happen.
Good job tonight, buddy.
All right, thanks a lot. See ya.
Next up, we'll bring in our champion, Mr. Rick Ravon, who, as we already mentioned, was the champion this season. Didn't have exactly where he wanted to finish tonight, but still walks out of here with the championship, which is the most important thing. I know Indianapolis is always a great win, but, man, you came up just short with the field mileage, and honestly, I didn't think anybody was really going to make it. We knew Scott was close, but you had to come down probably from leading all those laps, wouldn't you think?
Well, yeah, I was at a disadvantage being out in front because my foot was pretty much to the floor. You could run flat out around this place. So, I didn't even really start thinking about the fuel until about halfway through that run. And then I realized, if we go to the end of the race under green, there's a chance I might not make it. And I was about, I think, 2 laps short. But
yeah.
I started thinking about Brinson back there because, I know how savvy he is. And I thought if anybody's going to win this race, if the top guys can't make it and they're conserving back there, it's probably going to be Scott because, he's real smart with this, with racing in general, but fuel mileage too. So I'm happy to see Scott get the win. He deserves it. And he's been trying for a long time, and he's had a dry spell. So congratulations, Scott. You played the fuel game perfectly, and you earned it, man. You did a great job.
We've talked to you a couple times about the championship, but I want to kind of focus on tonight because you did something tonight that nobody else could do, and I don't think anybody really picked up on it until late in the race. You was actually not putting passes on people until you was exiting turn 2. I noticed you going high in turn 1 a little bit higher than some guys was entering, and then you would squeeze up behind them and utilize the draft to slingshot either to the outside or underneath them. Is that something you just know about this place? Did you learn it from past, maybe even watching past races? But you was the only one really seemed to doing that most of this race.
No, it's I've never raced this track in this particular car, and obviously every car has a different feel to it. So I had to work on passing in practice. Everybody was working on how to get around and
Right.
stuff like that. But I also picked up on a few things during the race, and I'm not going to share what they were. But
Yeah, definitely.
not that we'll come back here in this car. I doubt that we will. But I knew how to get around people, and I was watching them and see if they were able to get around me. And it just depended on where you made the pass and how big of a run that you got. And on the backstretch, it was a lot easier to pass than on the front stretch. On the front stretch, you had that headwind coming or from behind you, so all the cars were pretty much maxing out on the straightaway on the main stretch. But on the back stretch, if you got a run, you could clear them. So that's where I was making the moves, and I was hoping that nobody else recognized that.
Yeah, I noticed it during the race, and I thought that was very interesting because I noticed nobody else was really doing it. I think I've seen a couple guys do it, but nobody really kept doing it. And I don't know if they just didn't notice what they was doing, but you was the only one that really did it constantly and really making it work. So, 2019 champion here in the Summer Light Series, man. I know you wanted to win tonight, but go ahead and give all your shout-outs and anything you want to give for this season and all that good stuff.
Let's see. Mark Walzak, thanks for tuning in. Grim Ganassi, thanks for tuning in. Everybody else, thanks for tuning in. Thanks to Scott for putting on the show. Thanks to Adam for being in the booth. Thanks to my wife who's waiting in bed. I don't know. Thanks to everybody who raced clean out there tonight. Another couple of mistakes, couple of mishaps. I kind of expected there to be more cautions, but I was very, very pleased to see that everybody was racing hard and racing clean. That's what it's all about, baby.
6 out of 8 wins this season. Rick Ravon, 2019 Indy Lights Summer Series champion. Go out there and see if you can win the Top Fuel Series championship, man, because I know you're one of the best right now in it.
Thank you, brother. I'm going to do my best. God bless you.
You too, buddy. That was Rick Ravon, your 2019 Indy Lights Series champion, Summer Series champion anyway. He is going to be going for that championship once again on Wednesday nights when he goes for the big championship in Top Fuel Racing in the IndyCar Series. So be sure to tune in every week on Wednesdays to see if he could do it. Usually there's a lot more people, so it's not as easy to win. And I don't want to say it's easy to win in here. We've seen that tonight, but it's a lot more competition. So great runs for everybody, though. That was a good race. I got to give a shout-out one. He's not in here. Johnny Antonucci finishing in 3rd place. Congratulations to you, number 37. You're my ESBN driver of the night. I know Scott won, but you are my driver of the night here at ESBN because I know you've been fighting hard to try to get inside the top 3, and you did do it. You're not in the T-Speed, so I can't give you a shout-out there. But congratulations to you, man, and well-deserved victory. So that's going to do it for us tonight, guys. The race didn't start off exactly like what I thought, but it finished better than I thought it was. So that's going to do it. Make sure you tune in tomorrow night. Sam Cooper Bennett's going to have to call on the Paskey's Racing Series. Hope everybody has a great night. Once again, congratulations to the 2019 Summer Lights champion, Mr. Rick Ravon.